Jaela, this is John Chen, and what a great question. What is a good length of time to host a virtual meeting? Well, you know, one of my friends had multitasking as his #1 problem. People were multitasking during his virtual meeting, and guess what I told him to do with his virtual meeting? I told him to cancel it. That's right. Sometimes the right length of times is 0. I told them they were salespeople. And I said, if they are multitasking, then they believe that doing something else is worth more money to the company than being in this meeting. So change the meeting, cancel it, redesign it, make it more important, shorter, whatever it needs to be, and don't start that meeting back up until you can completely engage those people. Here's another way that I really look to shorten meetings. If you engage with this meeting and with me, I'll do my best to end it on time or early. So that's what I get, another place to get people to stop multitasking during the meeting and engage and figure out what the right time is. Now, of course, there's a lot of default standards here, like 30 minutes is a great time. Now it seems to me like all of my new meetings, if I'm meeting you for the first time, 30 minutes is a good amount of time to get something done, get somebody to know, get something around there, and end it inside of 30 minutes. Longer meetings like 60 minutes are where you can get something planned. You might have to work through complicated things. And so 60 minutes is not a bad time. You can even get to as far as 90 minutes, but as soon as you get past around 90 minutes, my guideline is most likely you're gonna need a break. You're gonna need a break if you go longer than 90 minutes. So those breaks, I think, are so important for preventing virtual fatigue, also as well as keeping your people energized and engaged. Quite often they have to leave and get a bio break anyways. They would have done it in person. So at 90 minutes, you should start planning for breaks. You know, here are a couple other formats. In our conference, we really found a lot of success with this 45 minutes and 15 minutes. So people would present for 45 minutes. In our conference, what we do is we tell people who want to take a break, take a break. If you wanted to stay, you could stay. If you wanted to stay the extra time and ask questions of the speaker, we got the speaker to stay during this time. But of course, speakers are rotating, but the attendees are not. So we found that doing this 45 and 15 was great. And we were able to meet for 4 hours a day using this 45, 15 minute segment. In another class that we teach for 4 hours, here's a great breakdown of how to get 3 breaks in during a 4-hour session. You run for 55 minutes, do a short 5-minute break. Even short breaks can be really useful for the attendees. They will come back energized again, even after 5 minutes. A 55-minute break, then a 15-minute break, 55 minutes again, 5 minutes, and then the last segment is shorter, usually again because people are starting to fatigue at this time, so make it shorter. But we did find that all of these segments around this 50 to 55 minute segment, if they were engaging, they went very quickly. People were able to stay attentive during that time and do something. In my next conference, we're going to experiment with this new format. We had one tip that said that lengthening the session of the keynotes created engagement because the speakers could go so much deeper could in 45 minutes. So we're going to make them go as long as 1 hour and 55 minutes. We'll do a 10-minute break, and then the second speaker will go for 1 hour 55. Then what we're going to do is a full 1 hour offline break. During that time, we won't even be broadcasting at that time, and then we'll repeat the cycle. So this will go from 8 to 12, take a break from 12 to 1, and then go on 1 to 5. So that's one of those segments. The last thing I really want to talk about is that I believe all of us, even as attendees, come to this virtual meeting with an invisible timer. Let's say we're rested, we're good, we're here, and then as the meeting draws on, we start going down. If the meeting is horrible and non-engaging, this timer goes straight to the bottom. And what happens is if you do something interesting or engage the group, you might be able to buy back a little bit of time in this invisible timer, right? No engagement, maybe you're presenting a lot, buy back. And so that to me is one of the most important things that I look for about how to figure out what is the right time and how long can I keep people engaged in what we are doing. I hope this has helped you determine what the time is for your next virtual meeting. I'd love to hear your formats. Make sure and shout back out to us and watch for the next video.